One thing I know about all the brands that I work with is that most of y'all are super uptight about your brand. And I know it's your craft, it's something that you want to work, but some things in life, when it comes to building a community with people, people are not as uptight as they think they are. And building a community, you cannot think in such a logical way. When I mean logical, I mean like everything can't go by the book when you're talking to people. A lot of y'all treat y'all brand like you said something racist or homophobic. You didn't. So why the fuck are you so uptight? Relax. Unrelease your booty cheeks. Let it go. Drop your shoulders. You're so fucking insanely like plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D that you don't understand that you're talking to a human fucking person. This is what you're trying to talk to. You're trying to build community around people. People are the most, well, some of them are. I don't know about all of them. People are very obscure and they have like this entire fucking, ideas, philosophies, just so much energy around them, especially if you pick a really cool community that when you talk to them and you talk to them in a way that resonates with them, which is usually super off than what you think it is, they're gonna fuck with you. They really are. And honestly, I think if we get out of this damage control type of posting content, creating products, like you're always doing damage control, you will start building desire. People will start desiring the brand because it doesn't feel so fucking like orchestrated in a non-cool way. You could orchestrate in the background and it comes off very free, right? Every post feels like a press release, carefully worded, overly polished, desperate to prove that you're fucking legit. We get it. If you're making something, you're legit. I promise. We live in that era now. You make something and people think it's cool, you got it. You need the people's vote. It's like you're defending your image all day. You don't have to defend it. You need to deepen the impact, build the desire, tease them, make them feel like you're a tease, right? Instead of being so fucking insanely, here's this, here's that, here's that, here's why. Again, giving them useless information. I said in the last video, unrelease the cheeks, drop the shoulders. When you're constantly trying to look official, you forget the human aspect of owning a brand and starting a community. Everyone hates the word community now because people have made it feel like it's too tight. That's why people hate the word community now. Community is supposed to be effortless. It's supposed to be just fun. You're talking to somebody. Obviously, it's ways that you talk to somebody. The ways to get to the audience sometimes may be technical, but that's just trying to, take the information out so you could curate something effortlessly to talk to them. Of course, you're going to have some like logical aspect to it, right? But the real key here is to get that logic, make it feel effortless for that community. The consumer can sense when you are coming at them like too straight up. Like you have to come at them loose. So instead of curiosity or emotion, they feel distant. It's like they're watching a brand perform instead of you speaking to them. A lot of y'all content is like that. I say it, Shark Tank to Shark Tank shit. You're not on Shark Tank. Your consumer is not a shark. Your consumer is a person with emotions, thoughts, all these things. Right? I just saw a clip and it was Jordan Bentley, I believe, and he was talking about, I think that's his name. He was talking about Virgil when he did that mentorship with him, and Virgil was like, at one point, these pieces don't matter. And I've been saying that. I've never even heard Virgil say that, but I always say it. He said at one point, the pieces don't matter. Can you engage a person into your shit? And then there's a lot of people in the comments. The people in the comments are saying like, oh no, after a while, I don't give a fuck about what the brand has to say. They're gapping. That's a creative talking. That's not a regular everyday person who doesn't really care about creativity all like that, right? They just want a cool conversation that is ongoing, right? The creative person wants the piece to, hold up. Most of the time, most of y'all are not talking to creative people. They might have interests that are creative, but they're not necessarily a creative person. They're not going to go create. Most of y'all are talking to those people, right? So if that's the case, and Virgil fucking said that, because all y'all think y'all are the next one, like the fucking coming of Christ or something like that, but whatever. When you strip the consumer down, you understand their insecurities, their desires, what they're trying to prove, and you realize you don't have to perform so hard. You could talk to them, not at them. You don't have to Shark Tank them. You can just have a conversation. That conversation will last years, fucking decades. Most brand owners are stiff because they're scared to lose credibility. How are you credible when you just started? You want to get to that credibility. You want that credibility to be from, being a great conversation starter. That's how you build a community. You have a conversation. Why is this cool? Why is that not cool? What's in? What's not in? But how can you say that in your brand's own words? But you have to get what your actual consumer wants to feel. And you have to drop that act. You have to drop I'm trying to be like the next biggest brand here, the next biggest brand there, right? Drop that shit. Stop acting like it. You don't have to be so corporate. A lot of y'all own brands and y'all like, fuck corporations. Y'all act very corporate. A lot of y'all do. Because if I say a different way to get a consumer, you're like, but that's not the fucking brand book, the brand building book 101. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? What branding book are you fucking, what's going on here? Right? You gotta fucking relax. Talk human. Speak from a human aspect. That's why I talk to y'all like this. I'm talking to y'all like I'm having a conversation with a creative friend who asked me some like marketing consumer advice, right? Based on the consumer. Like, Dave, what's up with this consumer? How the fuck do I figure this out? Okay, here we go. Unrelease your cheeks and drop your shoulders. Stop talking to people like they're sharks. Talk to me like I am a human with the same interests as you, and I want you to fulfill that interest in your own way. Then your brand's gonna start breathing. Brands that have a breath that is flowing, they're very easy to come into and stay in that great breath, that fresh fucking air that you could breathe in. That consumer comes in there having a great fucking time, right? A lot of the brands that I love, I always feel like it's a breath of fresh air, even though they've been around for, years and years. Ralph Lauren, I love Ralph Lauren. I could take a breath in Ralph Lauren, like, every time. I'll go, look, he's doing some crazy ass shit, right? My favorite Ralph Lauren, like, runway vibe was the one where he did it in his garage while his cars. That shit's sick. Breath of fresh air. Most brand owners are suffocating their own brands trying to look like a brand. Stop trying to look like a brand. No one gives a fuck. No one cares. No one cares if you're trying to look like a brand. The only people, that's why I tell y'all are talking to creatives a lot. Y'all gotta stop getting out of that creative mindset, right? Talking to creatives only. You're talking to a human person. Everybody's not a creative. Everybody can't create. All of us don't get the creative label. You're being suffocating to people. You trying to look like a brand so much. I have to look like a clothing brand. I have to put my shit on the floor. Everybody else has been shit on the floor. I gotta do it. Like, fucking y'all have to take like Lexapro or some shit. I don't know. Y'all gotta get on game. Stop overthinking. You know what you need to overthink? Trying to get the consumers' conversation and interest out. That's what you overthink. Overthink that. That's the boring shit that you should overthink. Y'all are overthinking the fun part. How are you overthinking the fun part of having a brand? They forgot. Y'all forgot. The best marketing feels like a deep breath, not a performance. The best marketing I've ever seen, it's so simple. It just feels like a back and forth. When you actually breathe, your brand starts to sound like a person. Messy, emotional, real. Everything that makes a person human. You're not a robot. We're not AI yet. We don't have chips in our head. Relax. That's what consumers connect to. You don't need more polish. People really think they need to polish their brand up, make a better piece, make the GSM thicker, make the logo better, make the name better, make this better, make this better. Fuck that. That's the fun part. You know what you need to be making better? Talking to this consumer in a way that feels effortless. Once you have that effortless content strategy that came from researching that consumer, you have fun with that too, and you start having fun with the brand. The only thing that I need y'all to focus on is those consumer loops, the consumer behaviors, and the consumer triggers. That's what the fuck you want to be like. You want to squeeze your asshole and like lift your shoulders up for. But everything else, loosen up. This shit's supposed to be fun, right? And I know on my account, I'm super like, y'all suck ass, and I say that because of this. You're too uptight about the fun part. The hard, scary part, that's where you want to lock in. But what y'all have trouble with concerns me, right? step back, really separate what's supposed to be crucial for your brand and what's not supposed to be crucial. And I swear you'll get more engagement. This is without my help anyway. You'll get more engagement. You'll get more people on your shit because you're loosening up a bit. Relax. Stop being so anal. Literally. And like literally. Right? Posting a video every day on this YouTube channel. I'm doing it all the way to the end of the year. This has been great practice for me to really just get all my thoughts out. And I really love doing this. And it feels like I'm having like a conversation with a creative friend, which I usually am doing every day. And some of the conversations that I'm giving you guys are like from me actually talking to some of my friends, which I think it's fun. And yeah, I post on TikTok too, pretty much every day as well. It's like cool little Pinterest photos, and I put like very quick segments on there. It's pretty cool. I post every day on my Instagram as well. Saturday and Sunday, guys, I give myself a break. I need a breather because I feel like I'm like outputting a lot of information. I'm also having a sale right now. If you want to know about your consumer, the loops, their behaviors, their triggers, I can help you out with that. Right? That's who I am. That's what Day Media is. We talk about the consumer on this bitch. Everybody else talking about the color of the logo. Fuck that. How does that consumer want your brand, want your shit? How do we get them? How do we manipulate them? That's what I'm here for. I'll see you guys tomorrow.